Today I fucked up by drinking a root beer while driving. Last night I went out on a late night drive to clear my head. I was driving through downtown with my windows down and music turned up relatively loud. Backstory: earlier in the day I had got myself a Barks root beer in the glass bottle. Well, I decided to take it along for my drive. Everything about my drive was wonderful. I took me a sip of my root beer while at a stoplight. Pulled off once the light turned green, and within seconds, blue lights. I pulled over and turned the lights on in my cab. Cop walks up and asks me if I know why he pulled me over. I honestly didn't know, so I told him no sir. He tells me that he saw me drinking at that stoplight. I looked at him, chuckled a little bit, and said yes sir, I was. It's root beer, and then proceeded to show him the bottle. He laughed, told me have a nice night, and walked back to his car and left. TL doctor got pulled over for drinking a root beer out of a glass bottle in front of a cop. Thank you for not making this one horrendously sexual. This might be the most wholesome today I fucked up ever. It's nice to know there are good police out there still. LPT, bottle your beer in root beer bottles. This happened to me back in 2005-ish. Driving along on a blistering hot day. On hot, dry days I drink Bundaberg Brew ginger beer, non-alcoholic. It comes in an amber bottle the same shape as a VB throwdown/grenade. It's ridiculously refreshing. I noticed a cop spot me, flip his lights on, do a U-turn and chase me down after an intersection. Pulled me over and comes over to the car with the breatho. Gets to my window, looks in my cup holder, looks at me Bundy. Ha 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 ha, oh mate I thought you were drinking a VB. Breathoed me for good measure and sent me on my way. I drink a lot of craft sodas, this is my concern also. Today I fucked up by trying the brand new grilled cheese burrito from Taco Bell. Obligatory this happened today. I'm writing this sitting on the toilet after redoing Hell's Plumbing for about half an hour. As it is the 4th of July, it is customary in the States to have a grand ol' hangout with your friends in honor of the boy band of freedom that liberated us from our tyrannical tea-drinking rulers, the Brits not the Chinese. Prior to this hangout, I decided it would be a wonderful idea to go to the most American restaurant in the world, Taco Bell. Because nothing says America like taking another culture's food and profiting off it. I notice a brand new item on the menu. Huzzah! I said to myself, as it had been quite a while since the last limited time item at this franchise. The grilled cheese burrito, a full-sized beef, rice, cheese, and sour cream burrito with a healthy layer of cheese melted over top. How patriotic. I ordered it at once, and after paying $5.46, I was on my way. I arrived at my destination, and before stepping out of the car, I noticed Johnny Cash's Ring of Fire playing on the radio. Little did I know this was foreshadowing for what was to come. The hangout went swimmingly, for the first hour. And I felt a certain rumbly in my tumbly, a sure sign of disaster. I quickly excused myself and hobbled to my car as fast as I could. I pulled out my phone and dialed a good friend of mine who lived about a minute away, asking desperately if I could use his commode. He, of course, agreed. But then, as I hung up the phone, God cursed me for my hubris. I had shit my pants. It was like the 1999 Vargas tragedy. So I'm in my car, hovering with my ass over the seat, afraid to move. Yet I had to drive, as otherwise no help would be coming. So I eventually made it to this poor guy's house, and I have to make the worst phone call I've ever made to inform him I've just drowned a baby otter. He was incredibly helpful, bringing me pants, a bag, and paper towels. I wasn't able to thank him enough. After 30 long minutes, I had cleaned myself enough to head home, where I now sit upon my porcelain throne. And that was the most embarrassing moment of my life. Too long didn't read. Please do not purchase the grilled cheese burrito, only at Taco Bell for a limited time while supplies last. Prices may vary based on location. The boys at the hangout are still waiting for you to return with some of the burritos you were gushing about. TBH, reading that comment made me throw up in my mouth a lil. I think it's time for a trip to Taco Bell. I haven't shit myself in a while and I'm overdue. It's as though 2020 cried out for a new menu item in tribute to its many accomplishments thus far, and the universe dreamt up this little tidbit. I mean, if spackling your driver's seat with ass buckshot doesn't scream this is 2020, then I just don't know what would. I wish I had your talent of description. This comment has me dying. My husband had this burrito today and spent almost an hour on the toilet afterwards. The kicker, I actually ordered it. I took one bite, didn't like it, and gave it to him. That's chemical warfare. Sounds like it was worth it. You had me at full-size beef and a healthy layer of cheese melted over top. You fucking know it, baby. But I can never go back. I've been deeply scarred. It's a forbidden fruit now. Today I fucked up by cleaning our closet. So my brother-in-law, 24, has finally moved out of in-laws' house. I am so excited for him, but what I was most excited about was the magical place called extra closet space for my husband, 28, and I, 20. I had to wait a few days because I had the Rona and I needed to rest, not claim homage for my clothes. I dumped all of mine and husband's clothes on our bed and started rummaging through them. Casual and daily in our room, special occasion and winter in spare room, etc, etc. Then I find some naughty toys in the pile, set them to the side. How they ended up there surprises me tbh, and they are now in plain sight. Now, my mother-in-law normally stays downstairs because she works from home now, and I go on with my day not worrying if she comes up. Turns out, she did, and sees through the open door, a generous, not huge, pile of sex toys, lingerie, and other items. Locked gazes, and she looked at the pile and back at me and said, "So that's why he treats you so well," in a teasing face, and mine turned red. Embarrassment was an understatement. I panicked and tried to cover up the pile and ended up dropping a vibrator on the ground, and it started vibrating against the wall. This shit was loud. Husband was confused, he was working with headphones on, and goes red in embarrassment. I'm struggling to pick it up because I stopped working like a normal human being at this point. I gave up while my mother-in-law was laughing her ass off, and husband shuts the door for me, and I have given up on life at this point. She yelled out, "As long as you're happy, I am happy. Practice safe sex." And that was the final blow. Husband is currently rubbing my hair and we haven't said a word to each other yet. Too long didn't read, Mill found vibrator and it went off as I was trying to hide it. Embarrassed. I was trying to clean my closet. Well, that made me giggle. I can feel the embarrassment through the screen. I'm still embarrassed. I haven't talked to her since. Or your Mill seems very sweet. She is insane actually, but she is sweet. One of many reasons would have been a nice comeback. Easy to spot from my couch and not in the moment. Smile. Sounds like you actually have a great Mill. Shocked and angry would be much harder to deal with long term. She's just laughing at you because her toy chest is twice as big and kinkier. I have a sarcastic side. I would have said, you should see the videos. Mau, that's fucked.